Guys, how we doing? Wow, it's been like a few weeks since I've done a swagkage video. I think it's been like over 2 weeks now. Jesus Christ, that's it's bad. Because every Saturday I was like, right, I'll do either a Seth the Programmer or a swagkage video, and they've both gone and released a new video on the same day. So hopefully today there'll be 2 videos. Oh, I'm doing too many two-a-day videos. I'm gonna get caught up in the in this routine now. So we're going to do this one first from swagkage. How strong is Kaguya? This will be interesting. And then Seth's done a Can Naruto Destroy Planets? We'll save that discussion for that one. But this is going to be interesting. Kaguya is pretty damn strong. I think you can't really... I hope he's going to compare it to like the top tier people, because she is like the most powerful person. Like, she's stronger than Madara, she's stronger than Itachi, stronger than all the other people that he's talked about in the past videos. Yeah, so let's see where this conversation goes. How strong is Kaguya?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? swagkage
Yo.
here, and welcome to today's video. So, as you can tell, we're going to be talking about Kaguya, and
yes.
Needless to say, she's way stronger than anybody else that I've talked about up to this point.
There we go, yep.
Compared to any Naruto character that doesn't already have 6 pads powers, she honestly feels like she's from a completely different series. Like, there's just so much dumb nonsense that she's capable of. That's just not even close to being fair. Her arsenal is way more diverse than that of anybody else.
Are we going into Boruto, though?
And on top of that, she's also stated to be more powerful than the series' previously established top tiers like Madara and Hagoromo.
Yeah, there we go.
Duh, of course, Kaguya is the strongest character in the whole series. I don't think too many people would argue with me about that. She has more powers than everybody and more latent chakra and strength than all of them do too.
Yeah,
she's just
a lot of
blatantly
chakra.
better than every other character. At least if we're only talking about the original 700 chapters of Naruto.
Cool.
I don't really feel like discussing Boruto here.
Cool.
Maybe at some point in the future.
I'm trying really hard to get into it. I think we're just gonna, after I finish these 2, binge load. I'm only on episode 7 at the moment.
But yeah, anyway,
I've read mangas
so
ahead, but
the fun of the video isn't in answering whether or not she is
it's a bit different.
One,
Not a fan of the first few
but
chapters
instead
either,
in
so
answering how much stronger than everybody else she is.
Right,
now,
okay,
we don't get to see her
cool.
in action for very long. The fight against her only lasts for about 1 volume, but it still gives us plenty of stuff to pick apart and examine.
Which
so
isn't much compared to like the whole
is her most
Third
famous
War,
one, which allows her to teleport herself and anyone who happens to be nearby into a completely different dimension.
Yeah.
And unlike Kakashi and Obito, who can only travel to 1 different dimension, Kaguya can choose to take herself to one of 6 different dimensions, all with different themes and environments. In addition to this, she can also create and travel through portal-like spatial rifts, and these rifts can take her anywhere she wants, whether it's to another dimension or to a different location in the dimension she's currently in. It doesn't matter, and if she's close to somebody else whenever she opens one of these portals, then she can drag them inside and force them to come with her, which she does multiple times during her fight against Team 7 to separate Naruto and Sasuke. Now, while we're on the topic of this jutsu, I'd like to bring everybody's attention to this page here, where we see Kaguya sneak up on Naruto and Sasuke at the same time. And now, obviously, they do notice her eventually, but they can't tell that she's right behind them immediately.
Straight away,
this is a pretty big deal, specifically because Naruto is there. Because at this point, Naruto is in a form that is a combination of his Kyuubi Chakra mode and his 6-pad Sage mode, which should also have plenty of the abilities that come with standard Sage mode. And now both of these forms give him access to different forms of sensory boosts, right? Like with Kyuubi Chakra mode, he can sense people's presence based off of like their evil intentions or thoughts or whatever. Kisame was completely suppressing his chakra when Naruto noticed that he was nearby using this ability. And it wasn't even on purpose either, he just like accidentally figured out Kisame was there. And then the sensory powers provided by 6-pad Sage mode should speak for themselves. Like, I think we can all agree that 6-pad Sage mode Naruto should be a way better sensor than Nagato was. And Nagato was able to figure out Kabuto's exact location, despite the fact that Kabuto was currently under the protection of a barrier erected for the sole purpose of stopping people from doing what Nagato did, sensing his location. He was also like halfway across the planet at the time, if that makes any difference. And I'd imagine that a barrier barrier like this would be similar in function to somebody suppressing their chakra. So bearing that information in mind, you'd think that nobody would ever be able to sneak up on Naruto ever. No matter how good they are at concealing their presence, it just shouldn't be possible. And yet, here we see Kaguya doing this very thing like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
So not only can Kaguya travel between dimensions and warp all around the battlefield using her crazy portal jutsu, she can also completely eliminate any signs of her presence while she's doing all of this. And now, here's the other thing. At this point, she could have easily killed Naruto and Sasuke if she wanted to. There was nothing stopping her. The only reason she didn't is because she's really petty, and she had this mindset that made her feel like all chakra was rightfully hers.
So
and
she
Naruto
must have it.
and Sasuke had a lot of chakra, so she figured killing them would be a waste. But if she had been fighting with killer intent, then the battle would have ended right here, and Naruto and Sasuke would have lasted a total of like 3 chapters against her without barely even trying. Shortly before she sneaks up on both of them like this, Kaguya also easily and blatantly overpowers both Naruto and Sasuke. Not at the same time, it is individually, but still both of them get completely trashed. Naruto tries to stand up to the 80 Gods vacuum fist with a tailed beast ball and one of his chakra arms, but it doesn't work. He gets knocked aside pretty easily. And then right after that, she just smacks Sasuke out of his perfect Susanoo.
Whatever.
So in terms of power, the two of them are clearly at a massive disadvantage, and this is implied again and again until the very end of the fight when Kaguya finally loses. And she still has plenty of other stupidly strong abilities that I haven't talked about yet. Like, she can weaponize her hair, and it's sharp enough to pierce Sasuke's Susanoo, by the way. So it's that's not just a joke. That's actually a viable offensive tool that she has. She has the Kekkei Genkai of the Kaguya clan, which means that she can weaponize her bones. And like Kimimaro, she can fire them as projectiles, but the difference between Kaguya and Kimimaro is that if she pierces somebody with one of her bones, they die instantly. Like, they turn to ash. She also has the Byakugan and all of the abilities that come packaged with it, and a Rinne Sharingan for a third eye, which also presumably makes her immune to visual genjutsu. Now, I don't know how many of the Sharingan's and Rinnegan's abilities her Rinne Sharingan gives her, but according to Zetsu, she can absorb all ninjutsu. So that might be because the Rinne Sharingan gives her access to the Preta Path, or it just may be an innate ability that she has. But I mean, that doesn't really matter, because even if she could only do everything that I've said up to this point, she'd still be pretty much unstoppable. Even if she could only do that, the only reason she doesn't outright delete everybody as soon as she shows up is because, like I said earlier, she's trying to take Naruto and Sasuke's chakra back. If she was fighting with killer intent,
they'd be done for,
they wouldn't stand even a little bit of a chance. Like, just to back this up, at one point in the fight, she opens a portal and nothing but acid comes out, right? And it nearly kills Sakura. So I imagine that there's at least some part of the dimension that's just filled with this sea of liquid acid. Like, it's obvious that when she travels to another dimension, she can make it so that some of the people that come with her arrive inside of substances that are already there.
So she can just drag someone there and then they're dead.
Sasuke to the ice dimension. So it should have been possible for her to just take everybody and drop them inside of this lake of acid. And even if it didn't work, I feel like it would have at least been worth a try. Now, eventually, of course, she does actually start trying to kill everybody, but the reason she doesn't succeed is because when compared to everyone we see before her, Kaguya isn't a very skilled fighter. It's pretty apparent that she uses her overwhelming power and absurdly diverse arsenal of abilities to make up for her lack of skill. And it's only thanks to this that Naruto, Sasuke, and eventually Kakashi and Sakura are able to outsmart her and eventually beat her. This is reinforced by the fact that we see Zetsu giving her advice throughout the entire fight. She doesn't really challenge any of the advice Zetsu provides.
So she's strong, but she's not a fighter.
She's kind of instinctively listening to everything he has to say because she doesn't have anything better in mind. It's pretty likely that because Kaguya is used to being so much stronger than everybody around her,
she's never had to really make an effort.
Isn't really used to fair fights. She's not really comfortable being forced to think on her feet and outsmart her opponents. Now, that's not to say she's completely brainless. She actually appears to be of fairly above average intelligence and makes plenty of clever decisions throughout the fight. But in terms of how good of a tactician she is, she falls short of plenty of other Naruto characters like Kakashi.
That makes sense. If you're that strong, you've never really fought against people that could go up against you.
Now, as I've been saying, this normally isn't a problem for her because she's outlandishly strong. As a matter of fact, at her most powerful, she managed to create a Gudodama said to be strong enough to wipe out an entire one of her dimensions. And this is a pretty big deal. A lot of people debate about how strong they think this makes her. Some people say she's planetary because each of her dimensions appears to be the size of a planet. Some people say she's star level because in plenty of colored manga scans and all throughout the anime you can see stars in the skies of her various dimensions. Some people say she's solar system level because the presence of a planet and a star implies the presence of the rest of a solar system. That's not really a can of worms, I feel like, opening here. What I will say is that the Sage of Six Paths, who we know she's stronger than, was capable of creating a moon with Chibaku Tensei, meaning that he is at least moon level. So it's not super outlandish to think that she's planetary. Plus, Naruto beat Toneri rather easily, and Toneri cut the moon in half. Anyway, at some point in the future, I may make a video talking about Kaguya's actual destructive capabilities, and I might go over the same thing for plenty of other Naruto characters. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it at it's very safe to say that she is at bare minimum moon level. Anyway, thanks as always for watching the video all the way to the end. Sorry this one took so long to come out. I know it's been a while, about 3 weeks actually since my last video, but I've been really sick recently. I'm only just now starting to feel better. This video was actually supposed to be about Kakashi, but the Kakashi video was taking way too long.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
I didn't want to keep everybody waiting for like over a month. So I figured Kaguya would just be way easier to go over, but no need to worry if you're excited for the Kakashi video. It's coming up next, I promise.
Awesome.
Anyway, that's gonna be all from me, so if you have any ideas for future video topics, shoot me a mention on Twitter or leave them in the comments below. Make sure you have a great rest of the day, and until my next video, I'll talk to you later. Swagkage out. Bye.
Cool. Ooh. Oh yeah, the music. God, I nearly forgot. Wow, goes to show how long it's been. Da, 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 da. Come on, give me the tune. There we go. My God. Kaguya is based, and she would have killed Naruto with Sasuke. I never thought about the whole thing that she was actually able to sneak up on them because of how high his Naruto sensory should be. That just goes to show like how pretty damn beast she is. Like she can just sneak up on anybody. Like, you can't sense me. Ha 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 ha. That's how she'd say it as well. So cool. The Kakashi one, as soon as he does that, well, I say as soon as, every Saturday is going to be a swagkage set the programmer video, so that's how I'm doing it now. Trying to rush and get these videos out was really stressful, and trying to do those 3 videos a day during December was quite stressful as well, so I'm trying to put as much out as I can whilst keeping a nice calm balance, you know, keeping a cool head. Yeah. So I'll try and get the set the programmer video out at the same time. Well, same day. They're not going to go off at the same time. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch or discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys. It's all you guys next time. Bye.